All right, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, November 24th, and I was able to catch the games last night. My Wi Fi finally came back on literally 3 minutes before the first game, so I was thrilled. All right, so last night, if you enjoyed my little thumbnail, a little blast from the past there. You saw, yep, the hint there, the rabbit and the bear. Yep, Danbury gets by Binghamton quite handily, 7-4 last night. This was a nice, quiet game, though, from the aspect of there was no drama, and I was thrilled to hear that and see that. It was good. I mean, the crowd was enjoying the game and yeah, there was no nonsense going on. So that's a good game in my mind. All right, so yeah, why not start off things with the captain Johnny Ruiz scoring 131 in that set the tone. A quick strike goal, and yeah, so Danbury up early. Now the Bears did respond on the power play. Don Oliveri scored at 11:31. But then not too long after that, it's Gamzatov scoring. And then there was this weird kind of wrestle fest thing in the corner immediately after that. And that was that was the closest thing we had to drama in this game. So, penalties are dished out. We go on, we play the game. End of the first, it's 2-1 Danbury with a 17-10 shot advantage. And Binghamton does not get outshot very often. Danbury, again, very aggressive in the offensive zone and getting a lot of cross ice passes, too. When you're able to move north south, but you make passes east west, that makes it very hard for the opposition. In the second period, Dan Stone scores for the Black Bears as 24 seconds in, and that would be the closest Binghamton would get for the rest of the game. At that point, it was tied to 2. Danbury rattles off 3 unanswered goals. It's Gamzatov again, just a minute 2 after Stone had scored, so almost an immediate response. And then just a minute and a half later, it's Noah Robinson getting his first goal as a hat trick. He's a nice offensive addition for the hat tricks. And I was very surprised and shocked when the trade was announced. Um, but hey, congrats to Danbury on getting Noah Robinson. Very good. I wouldn't call him secondary scoring. He's kind of like closer to primary scoring. So yeah, great acquisition. Um, and then Gleb Durkin scores what would be the game winner at 10:39 of the second period. So yeah, 5-2 at the end of 2. Shots are now 31-26 in favor of Danbury. In the third, the Black Bears try and mount a comeback. They get close a couple times. Don Alveri gets his second power play goal of the night at 5:37, but Johnny Ruiz answers a minute 2 later. That was the hallmark of this game. Is as soon as it looked like Danbury might be facing a little bit of, I wouldn't call it adversity because they were ahead from the very get go, but anytime they faced a challenge, they immediately responded and very positively. 14:48. It is, yeah, Austin Thompson scoring for the Black Bears. But then Corey Anderson scores a 17:34, and there you go, 7-4 shots total. Binghamton generated quite a few shots in the third period, but it was too little, too late. A 7-4 win. So Binghamton improves. Binghamton drops to 10-2-1, and the hat tricks improved to 4-4-3. Attendance was 1868. So you had Oliveri with the 2 power play goals, Gamzatov with the 2 goals, and Durkin a goal and assist, and Johnny Ruiz 2 very big goals as well. Connor McCollum, he has a good outing, 38 of 42 in the save department. Nolan Egbert, who had two back-to-back, well, almost two back-to-back shutouts, only saved 33 out of 40. So there we go. So things tighten up a little bit in the Empire Division. Watertown holds first place in spite of, we'll get to that in a minute. All right. This game, wow. We knew we were going to see a good response from Columbus after getting skunked the day before. Not surprisingly, Carolina brought out Mario Cavallari again, and this time for the River Dragons, it was William Lavalier. All right, so Hunter Bassani scores right away, 43 seconds in. It's 1-0 River Dragons, and the fans are pretty excited by that. Go through the whole first period, and shots, despite being outshot 15-10, Columbus holds on to a 1-0 lead. But yeah, Columbus just had a little bit of trouble getting going defensively. By the end of the first period, they were kind of back into where they were supposed to be. In the second, it's Joe Kennedy scoring at 46 seconds in. So a couple of quick strike goals in this game. Kennedy scores, and that makes it a 1-1 game. But Nolan Slaheta responds for the River Dragons at 8:19. Shots in that second period kind of down, only 8-6 in favor of the Thunderbirds. So it turned into a defensive struggle. In the third, there's a power play opportunity for the Thunderbirds, and Yuri Pastuka converts at 4:56. That ties things up, and the teams trade chances, but nothing is getting past either goaltender. Both goaltenders by this time were really settled in, really dialed in. Cavallari and Lavalier both making several very big stops. So we go to overtime. There's a lot of action. The shots are 4-3 in favor of the River Dragons in overtime, but nothing resolved. And so we go to the shootout. And first up was Roman Kramer. He squeaks it by Lavalier, and that was it. A couple of big saves by Lavalier with the other two shooters, but the three saves that Cavallari made, whew, wow, kind of had to fall into the splits on the second opportunity, and on the third he made an amazing glove save on Austin Doe, just robbed Doe. And so there we go. It's a 3-2 win. So the Thunderbirds get the sweep on the weekend. And I don't know why I didn't write this stuff down. Okay, so we had Panachik with two assists. He was kind of the high scorer for the game. But Pastuka had that power play goal. That was really big. And Kramer, of course, with the shootout winner. Only one to score in the shootout. Cavallari stops 27 of 29 for the win. And Lavalier stops 36 of 38. I don't know why the website, Fed website says 39, because if you do the math, break it down by period, it's 38. But anyway, I don't know. Kind of weird. But anyway, so Carolina now, they're on the roll. 7-1-3. They've won 4 straight. And for the River Dragons, they fall now to 6-1-2, and everyone is still asking, where is the offense? We thought we were going to be scoring goals in bucketfuls this year, and it's just not happening. So very interesting. So there we go. Next game, Port Huron against Monroe. This was a very good game. Teams went back and forth. Very physical game without being dirty. The referees let some things go, and that was fine. It wasn't anything that was egregious or anything that was terrible. But yeah, the referees just let the teams play, and they responded very well, I think. Still played a physical game and didn't get carried away, didn't cross the line. A couple of moments of pushing and shoving, but that's your typical hockey game. All right, so Monroe scores quickly. Another first minute goal, 51 seconds in, and it's Declan Conway on the very first shot of the game. Puts the Moccasins up as he sneaks the puck past Valtteri Nuusiainen. Nuusiainen would settle in and make the most of the rest of the period. Meanwhile, Austin Federley, he got a little jump in his step, scores at 6:38. Beautiful pass right across Royal Road. If you don't know what the term Royal Road means, it's basically your area immediately in front of the goal, kind of in the low slot. Imagine drawing like a line going across east to west. And the Prowlers use that Royal Road, gets the puck to Federley, and there it goes. It's a beautiful feed from Matt Graham. And so it's 1-1. Then Federley scores again at 9:08. Just a kind of a mass of people in front, and Federley gets a juicy rebound, puts it home. So it's 2-1 Prowlers at the end of one. Shots were 9-7 in favor of the Prowlers in the first period. In the second, things opened up a little bit as far as offensive flow, but there were no goals. Both Nuusiainen and Sean Kuhn for the Moccasins settled in really well and turned away everything that came their way. Third period, it's Ben Stefanini with another Stefanini, excuse me. Let's say that name correctly. Ben Stefanini. My apologies. Okay, he scores 29 seconds in. Again, this was kind of a theme across the league last night. First minute, bam. So Stefanini scores to give the Moccasins a huge boost, and you just felt the energy level just go from here way up as soon as Stefanini got that goal. 8:21, Brad Ryder gets the game winner. Big juicy rebound on the shot from the point from Steinway. And there we go. It's 3-2. And Kuhn did the rest. And we end up with not many shots in that final period. 6-5 shots in favor of Monroe. So each team ended up with 24 for the game. But yeah, it's a 3-2 win for the Moccasins. And Moccasins swept, even though they played two different opponents. They sweep their weekend, so they improved to 5-5-3. Port Huron falls to 5-6-2. Again, with Port Huron, it seems like they're up one week, down the next. Unfortunately, this was their down week. So Nuusiainen saves 21 of 24, and Kuhn does him one save better. Ben Stefanini gets the goal and assist. It's Helmer Oscarson. He's turned into a beast the last 2 weeks, and he had 2 assists to help the Moccasins' cause. Brad Ryder with that game-winning goal. Of course, we had Federley with the 2 goals, and Graham assisted on both of them. So he's just 19 points away from that 500-point plateau. This was also Graham's 400th game played in the Fed. Great night for Graham. I'm sure, though, he would trade it for a win, but nonetheless. All right, let us change the boards. And we get to the final game of the night, and that was the Blue Ridge Bobcats in a goaltender's duel with the Dashers. Yeah, it was a goaltender's duel. Well, it was an amazing show by Oscar Wahlgren. Wahlgren made save after save after save after save after save. Just incredible performance by Oscar Wahlgren. I haven't figured out the stars of the week, but just based on this performance, he might get one. Or at least an honorable mention. I'll have to see. But anyway, it was Oscar Wahlgren in goal for the Dashers, and Hunter Vorostik makes a back-to-back stop, or a back-to-back appearance, rather, in goal for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Now, Saturday, I didn't have, or Friday night, I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't watch the game. And, all the stats on the website said it was Connor Green in goal. It was not. It was Hunter Verostek. So Green gets credit for a win that Verostek plays. And again, my old pet peeve comes up, the terrible job, and I'm sorry, but it's a terrible job that the league does in tracking, especially goaltender stats. The league is not at all goaltender friendly. When it comes to recording stats, accuracy, it's a shame. It really is a shame. All right, so we had no score in the first period, but the Bobcats just peppered Wahlgren. 17-4 was the shots in the first period, and nothing really happening. And I think midway through the second period, the Dashers realized, the fans are falling asleep in the stands. We got to do something. So, big tilt between Thomas Murphy and Radchenko for the Bobcats, and yeah, definitely a TKO for Murphy. Just wow, he dropped Radchenko, and Radchenko did not return after this. It was a clean fight, but Murphy laid a beating on him, and that got the crowd fired up. And I think it got Wahlgren fired up too, because he had already been playing great up to this point, but he started making just these Dominic Hasek type saves, 2-pad stacks, big slides across, just amazing. He looked like a man possessed out there. And so we get to the end of the second period, and it is still no score, even though Blue Ridge had 34 shots on goal in the first two periods, compared to the Dashers' 11. Then in the third period, 50 seconds in, there we go. Again, the first minute of the game, first minute of the period. It's Danny Martin tipping a puck in, and that breaks the scoreless tie. That's 50 seconds. Dashers did respond when on the power play. It was Trey Fisher wristing home a shot at 4:38. That made it 1-1. And then in the third, later on, 6:01, it's Nick Stuckless with his second game-winning goal in a row. Great pickup by the Blue Ridge Bobcats, and Binghamton fans are probably going, why did we let this guy go? I don't know, I don't have an answer. But Nick Stuckless had himself a great weekend. He gets the game-winning goal. There's a little bit of drama towards the end. Lester Brown called for a 5-minute boarding on Salutin, and but the Dashers were able to kill that penalty off thanks to a little bit of iron. 3 shots off the post in the 5-minute power play by the Bobcats. They were not able to convert, and then there we go. There's a mad scramble right at the very end of the game. 4 seconds left, and Verostek comes up with a couple of really big saves to preserve the win. It's 2-1, and the Bobcats improve to 6-4-2, taking home 6 points. And the Dashers are now 1-10-1. Attendance 693, which was much better than Friday night. So there we go. Yeah, Wahlgren stopping 48 of 50. Fisher with the only Dasher goals by Martin. Stuckless for the Bobcats, and Verostek. Not very busy, but he made the saves that he had to make, saving 19 of 20. And then we get to this debacle. Somebody made a comment, it's like, who cursed the league? We had bus breakdowns and logistical issues and arena issues and now scoreboard issues. The only thing I'm going to say about this, okay, there were some youth games earlier in the day. The scoreboard was working fine. Now, if you haven't been to Big Boy Arena, it's a complex that actually has, I believe, 4 rinks, 4 or 5 rinks. But anyway, the main rink that the Rockers play in has the nice seating of 3,200, nice arena and everything like that, and all the amenities. Except last night, the scoreboard, for some reason, after the youth games got over, the scoreboard said, "I'm out," and stopped working. So the game was announced that was going to be delayed, and they were going to try and get the scoreboard working. And game time was supposed to be 7:05. 7:37, postponing the game. Barely gave it a half an hour. And here's the kicker. Okay, the game's called by the officials. Well, let me reword that. The game was called by the league. The league made the decision, and we're just going to postpone. All right. So, meanwhile, okay. So the teams, they're all dressed. They've warmed up. So they go back into the locker room. Guess what happens? Scoreboard turns on just 10 minutes later. So this was a league decision, which you don't even give it an hour. My understanding was if you came across a situation where there was a malfunction, you give it an hour. After an hour, if you're still having issues, then you call the game. It was 32 minutes. Very strange. Very, very strange. And so Watertown, they made the 10-hour trek to play one game and then have a nice warm-up session. Now, people are asking, well, why didn't they just move the game to another rink? Because, this is the answer, because the other rinks don't have the goal review system installed. And that is a must. You have to have that. So, okay, I understand that. You don't move to another rink. But again, I think the league was too hasty in calling this game. So anyway, when is this game going to be made up? Well, here's my hypothesis, based on looking ahead at the schedule when the next time Watertown is out in Michigan. Probably the rescheduled dates will either be Sunday, February 16th, or Sunday, March 9th. The Wolves are in town the day before, so okay, add a Sunday. So that is the most likely possibilities for dates to have the game rescheduled. We'll see. So more drama, kind of strange. All right, so let me know what you think about this. Yeah, comment down below. Tell me what you think about. Did the league blow this one? Is there something nefarious going on, or is league cursed, as one fan suggested? Let me know down below. I appreciate you watching. Tomorrow, this next week is going to be weird because we've got so much hockey games: Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So full week of hockey. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a video. Actually, I have the day off tomorrow, so going to be doing our stars and standings video, and I'm also going to have a Flash Audio Network production power rankings. All right, we're doing power rankings on Monday. Tuesday, I'm doing news and notes plus one game preview because there's the one game on Tuesday. And then the rest of the week is going to be just covering the games. During the week, let's see, I believe, Wednesday night or for Thursday morning, I'll do a YouTube video. Very quick one. It's going to be short and to the point. And then the rest of the week is audio on the audio network, Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, Castbox. So that's what the week ahead looks like. Again, let me know. I'm shaking my head. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the new subscribers. It's awesome. It's incredible. I appreciate it. We will catch you tomorrow here on YouTube with Stars and Standings.